The twin flame and the feeling of coming home. A lot of people, when they meet their twin, it is a feeling like they've never felt before. It's that feeling of being home, maybe for the very first time. It's that feeling of belonging. It's that I could die happy right here feeling. It's all good. And that feeling is specific. It's a specific feeling of just, I'm where I need to be. It's not, I'm comfortable. It's not, yeah, this will work. It's, I'm here. Let's do this. So there's that incredible feeling, and sometimes I feel like it takes those of us who feel it first, because in the twin flame relationship, a lot of the times, one person is just running scared from all those feelings, and the other person is like intrigued and wants to chase the runner, the chaser and the runner. And the truth is, we don't have to chase. We just have to allow the cosmos to bring us together. Collide, separate, build. Collide, separate, build. Collide, separate, build. Until we get to a point where we can come together in perfect union. You know, without bringing each other's garbage all into it, and without having all these ego quarrels, because I feel like what the universe is saying is that the twin flame relationship is too big for that. It's too beautiful for that. It doesn't want you to be on this level with each other. It doesn't want you to be on this level with each other. You know, Spirit is asking us to come together in a place where we're ready to build forward, not where we're still stuck in all our junk. So, I digress, but progress at the same time, because that brings us back around to that feeling of coming home. And what I was saying about that is sometimes we start to chase the other person, because we want that feeling so bad. It's kind of like a drug. It's like, oh man, you gave me this feeling. I want more of it. Instead of recognizing that that twin came into your life to conjure up that feeling in you, that feeling of home. Because it's your feeling, right? They aren't giving you a feeling. They're being there, and you're conjuring up that feeling in you in response to them. So it's always been your feeling. They just remind you of it. And to have that feeling of home requires you to drop your ego on a big level. Like, you may think that you're doing good and you're fine, and you know, you've really got your ego in check and you guys are harmonizing and it's all good. But the twin flame relationship requires you to go to such a deep level of vulnerability and love that I don't care where you're at, you're going to have to go deeper. You're going to have to surrender more. So it's about dropping all these ideas you have, like, oh, this person has to do this and be this and act this way for me to consent that they love me. You have to drop the idea of, oh, this person needs to respond to me faster or they can't be my mate. This person needs to do this or they can't. It's not about dropping your standards. It's about dropping all the things you've said have to or have to not happen based on your ego and what keeps it fed. You don't want to feed your ego, you want to feed your spirit. You don't want someone to feed your ego, you want someone to feed your spirit. Because the ego keeps us in this little space. Don't get me wrong, I actually love the ego because it lets us have some kind of cool human experiences. But when we're talking about the twin flame relationship, especially in the merging into it and the bonding, there's really no room for that sort of stuff. You know, it's the low vibrational stuff, and it's what can't work in the union of the twin flame. So it's important to drop all these ideas, all these beliefs. Maybe you have a belief that you're not truly worthy of love or support. Maybe you have a belief that if someone doesn't respond to you in a certain way, you're not lovable or they don't love you. Maybe you have all these beliefs that are contrary to the truth. And the truth is we are all love. We all love each other whether we know it or not. And we're all here co-creating this whole thing. You know, that's the truth. And we tell each other lies, and we tell ourselves lies. And once we can drop those lies and truly drop those lies of saying this means this, and just be in the love, then we come back home. Then we come back home. And I say that from personal experience because my twin kept making me drop things. Things that my ego was like, ah, how dare you? Don't say you're going to do that and then not. Like, you still have to have standards with it in yourself, but do you get what I mean? Like, the love has to prevail over everything. And you need to be acting from your heart rather than reacting to what they're doing or saying. Just keep acting from your heart and just keep loving. And maybe you're out dating other people, but keep loving. Love. You're free to do that. And the twin flame relationship is asking us to remember the freedom of love. That it's there in everything. That it's no different whether you're married for 60 years or you just exchanged glances and felt that love. It is love. And that's what the twin flame relationship asks for, is for us to remember love. And to quit reacting and start acting from that space. Because personally, when I dropped all those weird ideas, I finally got it. I was like, oh, this is what I'm coming home to, is me. I finally see myself. I finally know me under all the all the stuff I was living by. You know, the typical kind of alpha woman. I am an alpha, but you know what I mean? The ego part of it that's not pretty. The part of it that kind of sucks. So anyway, look deep and see where you can surrender more and be more vulnerable and be more loving and be more unconditional to them and to yourself, and see any negative things you're talking about, any negative self-chatter, and write it down and release it. And allow yourself to come home to yourself and your crazy hairdo. And just believe in the process. Believe in the love. You know, no matter how distracted you get in this situation, this crazy, beautiful twin, be the love and just keep going into the love and moving through the love. No matter what questions come up in your mind, keep loving. Keep allowing yourself to enjoy whatever good feelings come your way from the relationship, even if they're followed by freaky feelings. Like, tap into that and hold that and enjoy it and embrace it and revel in it, because the love brings you home and the love brings you to a greater love. And if you let the work be about you, then your twin can come in. You know, the work isn't about them. It's about you. It's about what they're bringing up in you, I promise. And you're bringing stuff up in them too that they're having to work on right now. And just be conscious to what they must be going through, especially if they're not Googling this stuff or figuring it out, because sometimes one twin is completely oblivious, most of the time, to the whole fact that this big cosmic thing is even happening with them. And they're dealing with it in whatever way they know how, in whatever the way that they can. And for the most part, they're coping. They're coping. So come home to you. To the deepest, most beautiful, most loving piece of you. And don't put pressure on yourself to always be that. But tap into it. And tap into it as often as you can, and I promise you're going to want to go back to it over and over again. hold and love and nourish yourself and those around you, and be good to those around you and to yourself, and tell yourself good things and good stories, and be beautiful. Alright, that's it for now.